wasn't fooling me, that fake beard he had.
Don, my friend, it is great speaking with you. Right off the cuff, how's the family doing?
You know, we're okay. You know, we got 3 now, and you know, every dad in my life before 3 was like, "Oh, you're going into zone defense now," and you know, I was like, "Oh, shut up, dads." But you know, now I'm living it, and I get why they say it, because it's a real thing.
Congratulations, man. I absolutely am so happy for you. It's funny, for folks who are listening to this whole interview on Greenland Entertainment Media, before we started, we, you know, were saying quick hellos and everything, and we were talking about the cold. Well, I consider cold weather here in Toronto, which was -8, and you kind of laughed off of it. We talked about how Torontonians are called snow fairies years ago. You're from Winnipeg. What's the coldest?
It's cold out.
Okay, what's the coldest that you've ever had to deal with?
You know, with the wind chill, I would say it was probably in around the -50 area. And so that was probably about the coldest I can remember, you know, and, you know, feet and feet of snow, like, you know, 4 or 5 feet of snow. So this is, you know, for me, this is a nice spring day.
Okay. What does that feel like?
Not fun. But here's the crazy thing, like people are actually still out and about and doing stuff, and you know, like it's brutal, and you know, if you're, you know, God forbid anybody's, you know, out on the street and you know, doesn't have a warm place to stay, but you know, it's tough, but you know, I think once you live in it, you kind of just you learn, right? And you know, obviously people way up north too have dealt with this for millennia, and you know, luckily we've got them to lean on in terms of how to dress appropriately. But yet you'll still see that kid in a hoodie, you know.
yeah, and that's a true Canadian. But you know what's gonna keep us warm over the season, of course. You have a Christmas album, my friend. Congratulations on that. What made you decide to give all of us Canadians an extra holiday cheer?
You know, Christmas has always been a huge thing for me, and I just felt like, you know, why not do this? I've been doing this show, Amero Little Christmas, for a couple of years, so it just, you know, it just goes hand in hand, and I've been enjoying, you know, the Christmas season with my family for so long. You know, just felt like the right thing to do, and especially as a musician, right? Like, there's so much great music to rely on, and I felt like I had some songs in me and stories that I needed to share, so put them on the album.
So how is it mixed up? Is there new songs that you've written? Are there traditional ones? How does that work?
Yeah, I went with some traditional songs. I actually call it the holy trinity of Jesus, Santa, and Dawn. So it's got a good mix of all 3.
Wow. Well, let's talk about your originals. What did you write?
I wrote a song. I lost my father a couple of years ago, so I wrote a song called "Don't Let Christmas Pass You By," and you know, it's probably the most, you know, special to me on the album because of the fact that you know, Christmas was a big thing growing up in our home, and you know, once my dad was gone, it really was about sort of how can I help other people to remember to really just soak up the moments we have with one another, and that felt like the right sentiment to do it.
I wanna go back to those days, stop time, replay just one more night. Won't let Christmas pass me.
I always say this. To me, the hardest song for a musician to write is a Christmas song, because there are so many traditional songs out there that, you know, generation after generation has grown up, who have said everything from mistletoe to snowflakes to ho, ho, ho. How do you write an original that hopefully will become a classic like those others?
Yeah, well, you know, there's I think it is difficult because you kind of have to create a setting, right? And so how you do that is by saying the snow and the Christmas trees and all that stuff. And that's just, you know, bringing people into that place. And because these songs only live in the year for about 2 months, you know, not even that. And so you really got to get them quickly, and hopefully they hang on to it. You know, songs like White Christmas and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas and all those things, like these legendary songs of the past, they're going to be around for, you know, decades, you know, centuries to come. And so that when you get in that arena, it's really like, well, the only way you can really do that, I think, is by telling your true story. And that's what I've done, is I just share my story, and hopefully people, you know, are able to kind of come along the journey with me. And, you know, for up till now, it's sort of, it's worked in my favor, and people kind of, luckily still tune in.
What are the traditional songs that you have on it?
So we've got Silent Nights. We've got I'm trying to think what else is on there. One of the coolest ones on the album is I'm forgetting the name right now. I don't have the album in front of my face. God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. Like, we did a really cool kind of like different version of it that kind of just has a bit of a grittier vibe to it that I think people really like, and it's a little bit different for sure.
That's another thing too. When you do have the classics that we remember, certain songs like I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, you think of Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
Nat King Cole with Merry Christmas, those kind of songs. How do you put a twist on when you're singing those classics to A, give them their respect, but B, still make it yours?
Yeah, I think you have to pay homage, obviously, right? Because they're so good and they're so iconic that to stray too far, unless you really got a great idea, could really hurt the potential of that song becoming something that people want to go back and listen to. So you got to kind of honor the song in its form. But I think what it is just adding your own flavor to it. And as a singer, your voice is your own flavor. So you really have to kind of embody what you do best, and all the while continuing to honor the song. So we've also got like Bells Will Be Ringing, like that Christmas classic, and also the for me, put it back on the map was Bublé a number of years ago. They're singing Deck the Halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. Like, so that kind of stuff is for me iconic stuff too. So it's really about, again, paying homage to those songs, but kind of, again, finding your own flavor around it.
What are the plans for the holiday season for you? And also, what can we look forward to in 2020?
Yeah, well, so right now, biggest show of my life is coming up in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So we've got the Burton Cummings Theatre on December 6th, and it's my Amero Little Christmas show. It's been an annual show, and it's grown from literally a small little cafe thing, 10 years ago, to now being this massive 1,500-seat soft seat theater in Winnipeg that is just pulling all the stops, really trying to figure out how to make this a big show. And we've got Doc Walker on the bill. We've got Olivia Lunny, who won the launch this year. A great a cappella group joining us, a choir. It's a massive show for me, so it's a lot of work to be doing. But so that's the big thing. And then after that, after December 6th, I'm going to disappear for a while with my family and just soak up the Christmas season with them and just be present, with them. And 2020, new single coming out early in the brand new year, and so we're talking about some international touring stuff and some festivals in the summer, and just kind of keep hopefully delivering what we've been delivering, and that's great music and great times in the concerts.
Sounds like it's going to be an amazing time. To look for you over the holidays and in 2020. Social media is the place to go. Where do we go to find you?
Don Amero on Twitter. Don Amero on Instagram. Donald Amero on Twitter. And if you go to donamero.ca, all the other links are there, and you can find me all over the place. And I spam you every day, so check it out.
Don, have a Merry Christmas. All the best to you and your family. I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing everything you're doing in 2020. And hopefully, cross fingers that we can do this in person in 2020 to talk about the new single and all the great stuff you're going to be doing.
Oh, Rudy, you're a good man. Thanks, buddy.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Don't let Christmas pass you by. Christmas pass you by. Christmas, don't let it pass you by.